Okay, so like, you know how we're all kind of waiting for that like Jarvis level AI to just like show up and change everything? It really feels like we're getting closer and closer, especially with this new feature Anthropic just released for Claude.
Yeah, it's definitely a big step forward. No question about that. We've been talking about AI that can you know, write and code and even make art. But now we're talking about AI that can actually use our computers to get things done.
Yeah, it's like AI is finally getting its hands dirty.
Exactly.
It's not just making art or like having a conversation anymore. It's about actually doing things in the digital world. And the examples in this article,
Right.
wow, they really get your imagination going.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Think about it. What if you could have Claude pull data from a bunch of different places, put it into a report, and then email it out, all without you lifting a finger?
Right. That's what they're talking about with this agent feature. Automating those kinds of tasks that used to take up hours of our time.
Totally.
And it's not just office stuff either. Imagine what this could do for customer support.
Oh, yeah. Instead of waiting on hold forever, Claude's agent could be troubleshooting your internet, resetting your password.
Oh, wow.
All sorts of things. Instant support any time of day or night. It could be a total game changer.
And for all the developers out there, this file management capability is
Yeah.
pretty wild. No more digging through mountains of code or data. Claude's agent can organize it, find what you need, even process information on its own. It's like having a superpowered assistant who actually understands your work.
Absolutely. And all of this is built on top of the improvements they've made to Claude 3.5 itself. It understands context, better interacts more smoothly, and it's faster than ever. All of that makes the agent even more powerful.
Okay, but this is where it really gets interesting for me. We've got Microsoft going all in on AI agents, and now Anthropic is right there with them. What do you think this means for the other big players like OpenAI and Meta? Are they going to be playing catch-up?
It really does feel like we're at a turning point. For a while, it was all about these individual AI models doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. But now with these agents coming into play, it's like things are starting to connect in a much bigger way.
Yeah. It's like those early days of the internet when we were all figuring out what could this thing do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And now it feels like we're entering that same phase with AI.
Uh-huh.
But on a whole other level.
Oh, yeah. And just like with the internet, the potential impact is huge. We're really just starting to scratch the surface of what these agents will be able to do. The article mentions a few examples, but once developers really get their hands on this tech, who knows what they'll come up with.
Yeah, that's what I love about this field. There's this constant sense of possibility.
Yeah.
We're always on the verge of something amazing.
Right.
And for our listeners, the AI developers and enthusiasts out there, this is like their playground.
Yeah.
They get to be the ones pushing the boundaries, figuring out what's possible.
Yeah, totally. And it's not just about the tech world, though. Think about the implications for things like healthcare education, even how we interact with our cities.
Oh, yeah.
It's not hard to imagine these AI agents becoming a part of our everyday lives.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about what these agents can do, but how do they actually work?
Mm-hmm.
What's the magic behind making an AI that can operate a computer like a human?
Well, we can't know for sure how Anthropic built this, but based on the current state of AI research, we can make some educated guesses. Essentially, it all starts with a large language model, similar to what you see with ChatGPT or Bard.
Right.
But with some key differences.
So it's not just about understanding and generating language.
Right.
There's something more going on here.
Exactly. To build an agent, you need to go beyond just language. It needs a way to interact with the digital world, to understand what you're asking it to do, and then actually carry out those actions on its own.
So how do they make that happen? What are the building blocks of an AI agent?
Well, one key ingredient is something called reinforcement learning. It's basically a way of training an AI through trial and error where it learns by doing. Imagine you're teaching a dog a new trick. You reward the behavior you want and you correct the mistakes. And over time, the dog learns what it needs to do to get the reward.
Okay.
It's the same basic idea with reinforcement learning.
So they're essentially teaching Claude's agent how to use a computer, just like you'd teach a dog a new trick.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But it's not just about reinforcement learning. They're also likely using techniques like natural language processing to help the AI understand our instructions.
Right.
And computer vision to help it make sense of what it sees on the screen. It's a pretty complex combination of different AI capabilities all working together to create this sense of autonomy.
And that's what makes this feel so different from those earlier AI models that were just generating text or images. This feels like a real step towards that Jarvis-level AI we were talking about.
It's definitely a significant step, But of course, with any new technology, there are also challenges and considerations that come along with it.
Right? Like what? What are some of the things we need to be thinking about as these AI agents become more prevalent?
Well, for one thing, we need to make sure these systems are being developed responsibly. We don't want to create AI agents that end up causing harm or being used for malicious purposes.
Right. So it's not just about the technical advancements,
Duh.
but also about the ethical considerations.
Exactly. We need to make sure we're building safeguards into these systems from the very beginning. And we need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits of this technology.
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of what's possible, but it's also important to step back and consider the bigger picture.
Absolutely. This is a powerful technology with the potential to change many aspects of our lives. We need to make sure we're using it wisely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here, I keep coming back to this question. If we're at this point now where AI agents are already this capable, what's coming next? What does the future hold for this technology?
Yeah, it feels like we're on the edge of something really huge, Microsoft putting AI agents right into Windows Anthropic, coming out with Claude's agent. It makes you wonder, what are the folks at OpenAI and Google thinking right now?
Yeah, I imagine they're definitely paying attention.
Yeah.
Especially OpenAI with their connection to Microsoft.
Right.
This move from Anthropic has got to put some pressure on them. It's like a race to see who can bring the most capable, versatile AI agents to market first.
And it's not just about being first either, right?
Yeah.
It's about what can these agents actually do in the real world? What problems can they solve? How can they make our lives easier, more efficient, maybe even more fun?
Exactly. We're still so early in exploring what these agents can do. The stuff we've talked about today.
Just a tiny glimpse of what might be possible. As the technology gets better and developers get more creative, we'll probably see uses we haven't even thought of yet.
That's what makes it so fascinating, right? It's not just the tech itself, but how it'll change how we work, how we live, even how we think about the world.
Totally. It reminds us we're living in a time of just crazy technological change, and these AI agents are right at the front of that change. It's exciting, it's a little scary, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye on.
So for everyone listening out there, especially our AI developers and enthusiasts, this is your time. The tools are here. The possibilities are endless. Who's going to build the next big thing for AI agents? What problems are you going to solve? What amazing new experiences are you going to create?
Keep experimenting. Keep pushing the boundaries. Maybe, just maybe, one of you will be the one to finally give us that Jarvis-level AI we've all been dreaming of.
And as always, we'll be here to keep you informed, engaged, and inspired as this incredible journey continues. So until next time, keep diving deep and keep exploring the amazing world of AI.